You know, a lot of questions we're getting right now is what's happening with these interest rates. They're on the rise. And Zev, can you tell us what's really happening?
Yeah, so I have a graph here that I'd like you to take a look at, and you'll see starting on the left, there's the blue portion, which is showing the fluctuation of actual rates, and it peaks just under 8% where we're currently at. But the positive outlook and the nice thing is the national experts are projecting a decline in interest rates over the next year. So that's good news to come. The reality right now is you kind of want to know what's going on with rates, so it's important to connect up with somebody that knows.
So Dom, tell me about the inventory. What is happening with months of inventory locally and nationally so people know what's happening?
Right, so nationally, our inventory is looking a little interesting here. So we have about 3.3 months of inventory. So that's not very much. That means there's only 3 months it would take for all the current buyers in the market to take up all the homes that are out there. So if we're looking at that compared to our local market, in Stark County, we're only at 2 months of inventory. So compared to nationally, we're at a month shorter supply. And with our days on market, these homes are selling within 20 days roughly. So these homes are coming up and they're going quick. There's a lot of buyers and not a lot of homes.
You know, and I'm also hearing a lot about should we wait in the sidelines because the rates are higher and there's going to be a lot of foreclosures. I don't believe that's going to happen like it did in the past, because when you look at the lending practices, so take a look at this graph. The lending practices, if you look at the bubble, you see the big spike. That means it's easier to get a loan. And then since 2008 and beyond, you see a slight dip to July 2023. That shows that in order to get a loan in today's times, you got to have, be dialed in with a job, savings, good credit, and all that. And then if you look at the next graph, the distressed property sales, you'll see in 2012 when the big spike, it was like a ski mountain, right? You slide down to 2020 when the pandemic happened. We were about averaging 4% foreclosures. Then there were a 2-year moratorium and then a slight uptick in 2023. So you could see in closing that we have a low number of foreclosures. So I don't believe sitting in the sidelines. Now, with what Zev said, the projections are those rates are going to come down to 6 to 5.5 next quarter, or the quarter of next year. And so if you do get into the game, even though the appreciation is a little less, it's still averaging around 4.5%. So you want to jump in the game, marry the house, date the rate. And if you want more information about the interest rates or about the supply and demand, reach out to these gentlemen. Dom, what's your number?
You can call or text me at 330-234-6204.
You can call or text me at 330-933-3258.
Reach out to me at 330-418-1535, or you can check out our reviews at dominicfonte.com.